Alright, here I am. I'm about halfway done with all of these frames. I've got them all nailed and glued together. Just what I'm doing right now is I'm putting in these little strips here. And these are all just cut from the 1x2s that I used to make the top bars. And you can just kind of see that I'm just taking a little bit of glue, putting it on the bottom edge, pounding them into the little grooves that I made, and that's it. The bees will use this to start building their comb off of, and they'll follow that as a guide. Just build straight down, makes a nice straight comb. I've had really good success with that method. But yeah, these got all pretty tight fits. So I just put one nail in here, one nail up there. They're holding together really good. And they look pretty good. I used all kinds of wood for this, like this and that. All that is just fencing that I was tearing apart. I'd replaced a bit of fence in the yard a long while back, and just the fence that I had taken down that was kind of falling apart, I tore it all apart with a big hammer and ripped all the nails out of it, and then all the wood that looked fairly decent I just cut into all my individual pieces here. And I didn't really have to spend a whole lot on the wood here. I mean, I spent maybe $10, something like that, you know, to buy the 1x2s. And this is a from a 4-foot piece of 1x12. Which is that over there. About 4 of those, but that's for something else. And so probably less than $10 for all the wood involved that I had to buy. The rest of it's all scavenged wood, pallets, fencing, whatever you can get your hands on will work. And you can make pretty good quality stuff, just a little bit of know-how. And everything's pretty much done on my table saw. Everything. I've got dado blades here, just spaced to a 1/2 inch. That's where I made all of my 1/2 inch cuts there, and then just a normal saw blade for the rest of the cuts. And that's it. You just have one table saw, hammer, glue, and some wire nails. You can make all these yourself. And just with a little careful planning, measuring twice, cut once, that whole mentality, make good quality stuff. And even if it's not quality stuff, the bees really don't care. They don't. They will build off of anything pretty much, but making it all nice and straight helps them to make nice straight comb, makes it easier on you, so you don't have to go in and cut their comb out and reposition it and try to force them to make things straight. Just getting this all straight and clean the first time, you know, helps the bees out, making it all clean and straight. So when you go to remove these frames, you know, that's an easy process. Now, one of the things I wanted to point out is that I use completely foundationless frames. Basically what that means is I don't have any wax foundation that I put in here. My bees build everything naturally. I'll show you here real quick. The dogs. Dogs keep me company in the shed here. Alright. So like this commercial frame that I had bought, you can see it's got some holes in here. It's supposed to run wire through those holes to run across the length of this. And that's where your foundation sits on. And it gets on that groove, inside that groove, and then on top of the wires. And the bees are supposed to build off of that. And the benefit of that is that the wax foundation you get has pre-sized cells in it and the bees will mimic the size of those cells, and so they all have a uniform cell size. So you have less drone comb, which drone comb is always a little bit larger, and then everything's all uniform, but that's a little bit less natural. And what if the bees need more drones? What if, you know, they're getting ready to do a supersedure, meaning they're going to replace their queen, or they're going to swarm, or whatever the case may be? They will build more drones so that way they can make sure a new queen gets mated. Or if there's a problem with that particular hive and they know they're going out, they'll make more drones to help spread their genetics out to other hives. You know, so I don't like messing with that. I don't like playing with their behavior too much. I want it to be as natural as possible. Let the bees do what they want to do. I'm stealing their honey all the time. At least I could do is, you know, let them make most of the decisions on how they make the honey. And then the other thing is that with the wires in there, it's hard to cut comb out at all. And I eventually want to harvest both the wax and the honey to make other products and such. You know, with this, you just take a knife and just cut along the frame, drop it into a bucket, crush it a little bit, strain it, you're done. With the foundation and the wires, you have to kind of uncap all the honey, just cut off the edge of it, put it in an extractor, and then it spins in the extractor. Just use centrifugal force to spin all the honey out. And that's how most commercial beekeepers do it, and that's fine. That works for them, great. I like the crush and strain method. I think the honey comes out a little bit more raw. There's just little bits of the hive, the particles, the pollen, little things that that get into the honey that really adds a lot of character. So I think that's really important. But just wanted to show the final bit of all this, how the frames look, why I'm making them the way I make them, and I hope this helps people out. Let me know if you have any questions.